But now with this week's update, you'll see that if we click on the calendar package and slide between the packages, you'll now see that there's an animation to make things more crispier and more smoother for you.
So good and tasty.
Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to the latest update of MIH, where the highlight feature of this week is an update to the Mzansi AI. Stay tuned to see what we've changed. Let's jump onto the MIH Play Store listing, where we can find out what's new. In this week's update, there are 2 new features, 3 quality of life improvements, and 3 bugs that were squashed. Let's start off with the new features. We are happy to announce that the redesign and align project has been concluded, with the enhancement to the patient profile. This was the last package that required us to redesign and align. I won't jump into MIH to show you what exactly changed because I'm sure you're tired of hearing me saying that things are completely different under the hood. So we'll move on to our flagship feature, the Mzansi AI. In this update, we've updated the Mzansi AI to now include the Gemma3 model. You might be asking, what is the Gemma3 model? Let's jump onto the Olama website to see what's it all about. This is Gemma3. So the model that we are using is the 1 billion parameter model, which is the smallest one. We will try and get better hardware so that we can try use the bigger models like maybe the 12 billion model or even the 27 billion model. But I'll keep you updated on that. And if you want to know more about Gemma3, we can see that Gemma3 is a lightweight family of models from Google built on the Gemini technology. This is completely free to use for the public. Let's jump onto MIH to see the difference with the new Gemma3 model. In order to use the Mzansi AI, you'll click on the Mzansi AI tile, and that'll take you to the AI chat window. What we can do here is send a message to the Mzansi AI. I'll start off just by saying hey, and you'll see that the speed at which this model moves is way quicker than the previous ones. Who is the President of South Africa? Once again, look at the speed of Gemma3 model. So this is how the Mzansi AI has improved in this week's update. It's much quicker to chat to. The answers should be a little bit more accurate. But like I said before, we are working on getting improved hardware to make the Mzansi AI work even better with the bigger models. Leave a comment to let me know what you think of the Mzansi AI's update and if you'll be using the Mzansi AI for all your AI queries. Let's move on to the quality of life improvements. The first quality of life improvement that we've made is one of my favorite improvements on MIH, and this is the MIH package slide animation. So let's have a look at what it used to look like before this update on the left hand side of the screen. So you'll see that we'll click on the calculator, and when we slide between the different pages, you'll see that it instantly appears for you. But now with this week's update, you'll see that if we click on the calendar package and slide between the packages, you'll now see that there's an animation to make things more crispier and more smoother for you. The next quality of life improvement is to the back button of all the packages. We'll see on the left hand side that we are in the Mzansi AI, but when we click the back button, you'll see that there's a few seconds for MIH to load before it takes you home. If you are moving between multiple packages, this time does add up and it feels a little bit slow using MIH. So what we've done in this update is, if we have a look on the right hand side, if you now press the back button of the Mzansi AI, it'll take you immediately back to the home screen of MIH. No delays. You should feel that MIH has gotten a little bit faster in this update because of this quality of life improvement. Leave a comment to let me know what you think of these quality of life improvements and if you think it makes your experience on MIH a lot better. The first bug that was squashed this week is to the patient profile, specifically if you are using MIH as a doctor. Before this update, if you went into a patient's profile and tried to add a note to their profile, nothing would happen when you click the plus button. But now with this week's update, if we go into the patient's profile and try and add a note, we'll see that the note window does pop up for you to add an additional note to this patient's profile. Similar to the note bug, we've had another issue in the patient's profile when a doctor tries to generate a claim. If we look on the left hand side before this update, if you try to go to the claim section and generate a new claim, you'll see that you get a gray screen. This is definitely not what MIH is supposed to do. So let's have a look at the right hand side to see what changed in this week's update. Now, if we click on the patient's profile and swipe over to the claim generation, you'll see that our window pops up and we are able to generate a claim. And the last bug that was fixed in this week's update is the MIH package overflow issue. So the best way to demonstrate this for you is if we have a look on the left hand side, we'll click on the Mzansi calculator, we'll swipe over to our TIP calculator, and when we try and capture some of the fields in our form, you'll see at the bottom of the screen just above the keyboard, we aren't able to see our buttons. This was a bug that was introduced in last week's update, but we have fixed this. Let's check out what the fix looks like. We'll click on the Mzansi calculator again, swipe over to our TIP calculator, and now you'll see when we open up the keyboard, we are able to swipe to see all our buttons. Leave a comment to let us know if you've seen these issues on MIH, and if you've seen any other issues on MIH, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And that's it for this week's update to MIH. Leave a comment to give us your thoughts on the improvements, new features, and bug fixes that were made in this week's update. Like, follow, subscribe, do all those nice things, and let's keep working hard, Mzansi.